this real talk on friendship, I'm gonna let my special guest introduce himself.
Hi, everybody. Nice to meet you all. Glad you all are a part of Seeking Knowledge podcast with my bro, DeMarcus. DeMarcus, thank you for having me. I am MaChaude Lowery. You can follow me on any platform at MaChaude Lowery. That's MaChaude LOWERY. Moments with MaChaude is my platform. That's Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7 a.m. EST. So yeah, we have an exciting topic tonight, definitely to discuss in reference to friendship, which I know is going to shed a lot of light on certain things and help you all. So I'm excited. And again, DeMarcus, thank you for having me.
How you here? You to this topic. I just want to share some qualities of a good friend. Y'all heard that? I want to share some qualities of a good friend. They live with integrity. Dependability is their middle name. They are loyal. I have a tattoo on my hand with LME. Loyalty means everything to me. They have empathy for others. They're good. They're confident. Right. They're confident. Woo.
Right.
Time with them makes you feel good. Anything you want to add to that, brother?
Definitely. The one of the main things I think people don't realize about friendship, as me and you were talking yesterday, when it comes to friendship, you have to understand that first, just because you associate or socialize or spend time with a person, that doesn't necessarily make them your friend. And one thing that I realize in this society, we don't know the difference oftentimes in reference to a friend and an associate, or an acquaintance rather. I have coworkers. We all have had jobs where you have coworkers. Everybody hasn't just had one singular job unless you're an entrepreneur, and you know that these jobs come with coworkers. Well, just because you know them, that doesn't mean that they're your friend. So one thing that I like in reference to the topic of friendship is understanding that, of course, to be a friend, you first have to have loyalty and you have to have integrity. And if you don't have loyalty and integrity, you will call yourself a friend, but necessarily when you look at the definition of a friend, you're not a friend. But if you wanted to say you're a friend, then you wouldn't be considered a good friend because you don't have integrity. So when it comes to being a friend, you have to understand that it is a two-way street into being a friend. I always tell people many times that if you want to be a friend, you have to find yourself friendly. That's just not necessarily a scripture. That's just a law of life. When you actually look at it, you know, no one wants to associate themselves with somebody that is mean or negative or nasty, right? So you have to be that person that is friendly, that is kind, that is approachable, and that will make people want to spend time with you and be bothered with you. So to piggyback off of the things that you mentioned in reference to being dependable and integral, you know, you can't call yourself a friend and you move like an enemy. You know, when you're a friend, you got to be a friend in front of someone's face and behind their back. You know, I tell people all the time, it's more important that you're my friend behind my back than just in my face. You know, I need you to be my friend when I'm not in the room, you know. So being a friend, it is many different layers to it. And I think oftentimes we just deal on the fact that we'll socialize or communicate often with a person and we think, well, that's our friend. No, that's just somebody that you socialize with. That doesn't mean that they're your friend.
I'm telling you, and look, I'm gonna go back to what you said about the coworkers, right? Because I speak real life facts. I'm in a job right now. I'm not gonna say the name of it, but I have associates in there, and associates because they fake. I can see, and when I have a fake friend, and to be honest, the coworkers that I've been working with, I do not consider them a friend. I consider them a mannequin that you see on the store in a display window. They fake.
Right.
So I've been learning my difference as I've been going through life, who my real friends are and who my fake friends are. And right now, I'm going to see the season of my life where it's grinding season and it's cutoff season. So I don't really say I have no friends where I just relocated to. But one thing I can say, the universe is sending me the right friends. The ones who have integrity, the ones who want to see me win and not continue to take these lessons.
Right. And not only that, what I would also say is that your friends always put you in a better position. The way it works when it comes to relationships, and that's not just dating, that's even in regards to friendships. Either they're making you better or they're making you worse. If you have a friend, either you're pulling them to be better, they're pulling you to be better, or you're pulling them to be worse, or they're pulling you to be worse. There's no such thing as just being stagnant in a friendship. And what we don't understand, that even progression is even a form of regression. Even though you may feel like you're not going back, being stagnant, you're definitely not going forward. So therefore, there's nothing good in not doing that. You understand? In a world that's always moving and evolving and changing, for you to be in a stagnant place and call yourself to have friends, that's not a compliment, that's an insult. So I think many times, we don't pay attention to that.
And I'm glad you said that, brother, because it took me to move away from my family, so I didn't have no friends. And
right.
But it took me to move away from my family and my so-called friends, my so-called back home. But I'm not upset. We just discussing this. This is just a real talk. But I'm to the point where I'm picking and choosing my friends, and to be honest, I'm not even picking them. It's like the universe is giving them to me. Everything I asked for in a friend is coming. It's coming.
And I think we don't practice that enough, laws of affirmation and trying to become better. And even when it comes to friendships, your friends should want you to be better. They should want you to do better. Exactly. They should want you to achieve more. Your friends should want you to be better than you was last year or the day before, anything. They should put you in a position to where you're going to prosper or where you're going to evolve and be better in some aspect, one or another. Your friends should not have you in a place to where you're in the exact same place doing the exact same thing you've been doing. And DeMarcus, I'll even go as far as saying that
we call it.
Yeah, I would even say. Right. And I would think that your friends should put you in a place to where your friends should want better for you. Many times we call ourselves having friends. And if you have friends that are jealous of your blessings or jealous of your positive moves, those are not your friends. And this is why we're having this discussion, because many times people always say, well, that was a friend of me. That was somebody that was a friend in turn. No, friends don't change. And I'm going to give you a prime example. I live here in Atlanta now. When I stayed back in Charlotte, the same people that I were friends with in Charlotte are the very same people that I'm friends with and I live in Atlanta. Even though I'm 3+ hours away, that doesn't mean that we've changed friendship or friendship ended just because I changed location. Just because I progress in one area of life and they progress in another, that doesn't mean we have to be jealous or enemies of each other. Do you see what I'm saying? So anytime you have yourself calling yourself having a friend that is just jealous or aggravated with you, or they throw little shots and shade, because I'm telling you, many times jealousy comes off and oftentimes with jokes. That person really necessarily isn't your friend. That necessarily doesn't mean that they're your friend. That might just be somebody that you socialize with and you spend time with. That doesn't make them your friend.
About that your enemies, like it, bro. Like, and I can sense that, bro. Where I work at, bro. Like, they be throwing them and cracking the little jokes, bro. But I don't feed into that, bro. Because at the same time, I know what my purpose is. I know that I'm looking for real friends, not fake friends. And I just want to elaborate what you said about your friends back home. See, me, on the other hand, the people I thought was my friends back home, bro, they turned out to be fake as a motherfucker. Put it out there, excuse my French or my English, but they was fake. So the people back home, they're not friends to this. They not friends to this day, bro. They not friends. They not associates. None of the above. Because every time I came from the streets, bro, and all of them was my friends. But at the same time, they was fake. Every time I got jammed up, I couldn't depend on them. But every time they got jammed up, they can depend on me. That's why people say that word loyalty or they loyal, but they really not. You're a disloyal.
Right.
You just try to stick around to see what you can get up out of a person. No more what you trying to get then you gone. Like a friend would be there for you in the good times, in the bad times, in the ups and the downs. I feel like a good friend would still understand.
Right. And not only that, but a real friend isn't going to always be a person that's going to be bringing problems. There's a difference in a friend challenging you to be better and a friend bringing problems for you to be worse. I have this belief: if having you around brings me more chaos than it does peace, I shouldn't have you around. And when you have a true friend, your true friend shouldn't have you in the place to where it's always something negative. It's always something going on. You know, those people that are always having you bear burdens, that person isn't a friend. And many times we don't understand that bugs are attracted to light. So don't think that people are not going to be attracted to you and they see that you're a positive person or you're a nice person. They will try to confide and have you overcompensate for what they lack within their own selves. And at that moment, you no longer have a friend. What you have is a dependent. And that's not a good thing. You know, you have to separate the two. And that's why I say many people just don't know the difference. We feel that, well, they're always with me, we spend a lot of time, they do this. That doesn't mean that they're a friend. You have to understand that there is a thing such as acquaintance, there's a thing such as associates. That doesn't make them your friend just because they spend time with you.
You know what's crazy? That's right. Mm-hmm. But what about the ones by friendship?
Yeah,
right. Look, I'm gonna speak on that because person is by friendship. Like, well, if I do this for that person, this person, oh, we cool. That's my homeboy. That's my homegirl. We friends. We partners. But
yeah,
like, I was like, I don't have to buy your love. I don't have to buy your friendship. You gonna rather like me for who I am, no matter what I went through. You gonna like me for me, or you can get from around me, or better yet,
right. And the thing about that is, bro, I've always felt like this. If the people that you're around that you consider to be friends, if every time they're around you, it's always for the sake of a benefit for them in some way or another, that's not your friend. And I think many times we don't understand that people will connect with you just to see what they can get off of you. But in our society, what we do is we instantly think that a person that's around, a person that appears to be nice and kind, that they're your friend. That doesn't mean that they're your friend. Oftentimes, if we would be honest with ourselves, we've befriended a lot of people that we should have kept as associates. Yeah, you may have had a nice exchange in word or deed or in a scene. That doesn't mean that I had to befriend you. That simply means that I literally just needed you to be that person that was amazing for that or then, and then I move on and do something else. It doesn't mean that that person was meant to be your friend. And I think many times that's something that we do in relationships, not just friendships, is that we put people on a certain pedestal or put people in a certain position that they never should have been. And what happens is when we put people in positions that they do not belong, it causes you not to prosper in anything. And that's where it goes in time when you say people buy friendships and people will try to buy love and people will try to buy people's attention in time. No, you should not have to put yourself in a predicament to where you're doing that for the sake and benefit of another person. It should be something that should be natural flowing. Even in regards to friendships, it should be natural. Anything that you're always forcing, that's not natural. Anytime you're always having more heartache than you are having good days with a certain individual, that's not something positive. And friendships are supposed to bring positivity to you and challenge you in the areas that are negative for you to be better. Friendships are supposed to make you better, not bitter.
Better, not bitter. I like that. He said friendships supposed to make you better, not bitter. And can I just say something that I wrote down? Yes. Friendship with the right people prevents isolation and loneliness, and it gives you a chance to offer needed companionship. See, friendship go both ways. You just can't be pouring into a person. They got to pour into you too. It's a two-way sword. It's two-way. He going to encourage you. She going to encourage you. And it's the vice versa. See, some people just come like, I'm going to speak off like facts. I done been around people where it's like I was doing all the pouring into her. But it's like I'm being drained because I'm worrying about your problems, but you're not really worrying about my problems. So you're more of a leech.
Right.
Gotta hang around and see what's the next big thing that's gonna pop.
Right.
But to this day,
and you know what I would say, bro? Even I honestly feel like that. Like I say, many people would step back and always, and they're having certain issues, or certain things will come to light that you've noticed or you saw within an individual, and they'll say, well, this person did this, or this happened, or this person made me feel this way, or this person done this, or this was shady, or I don't like the way they handled this. And sometimes we don't understand, we have befriended people that may be leeches, or we may have befriended people that you are never supposed to be in connection with in the first place. It doesn't mean that they're just horrible people. It just means that they're not people that you're called to. Because anytime you spend time with people that you are not called to, or people that are not called to you, you're wasting time and energy. And that's something that we don't get back. I feel like with everything that we've experienced during the pandemic and even on everyday life, we should all be trying to make ourselves better and preserve energy and time than wasting it on needless people in needless places for the sake of somebody else is feeling satisfied, or for the sake of someone else feeling accomplished, or even within ourselves. Because many times, DeMarcus, we can befriend people that we shouldn't because of a sake of loneliness or the sake of feeling like you're isolated, and that's not good. By then, you'll be done made a whole friendship or relationship with a person you never were supposed to be intertwined with in the first place.
MJ, that's right. Like, cause I used to be we don't call it people. Please, like bad. Like I had it so bad. I was like, oh, if I do this for this person, I continue to break my neck for them. Oh, they my friend. And I'm talking about, it was family I was doing this for. Friends that I thought was friends. I'm talking about I was a people pleaser.
Right.
But now, once I got older, and once I started working on myself spiritually, and once I just moved away, I love my loneliness. I love being alone because I can hear my thoughts. I ain't got to have them fake friends around like, man, bro, I ain't got to hear all they talk about, can I borrow this? Can I get a cup of sugar?
or do you got some money? Can I get a ride here? Can I get this? You don't around you that call themselves a friends, but every time there's an interaction, it's based off of what they can get from you. That's not a friend. And that's why I say, when you think about friendships are important because they help cultivate the things that need to be cultivated in your life, but it has to be done from a positive person at the right time. You can't just be out here befriending people for the sake of them saying, well, they said they're like this and they'll do this and that. No. Just because the person is saying something, that doesn't mean that that's the person that's meant for you to, message and reach out to and be friends with and call. And no, that's not what that means. And many times we do that, and what we do is we end up making one of the biggest mistakes of our life and getting in cohesive with people that we should have never ever been. Like, you can't, no, I don't need to get tied up with you because it's not a benefit, Not
like, and I like how you said, but I'm gonna say it like this. If you're around people and you're the only one pockets doing this and that, you notice you're buying this, you're doing it, you're paying for this,
right?
That's not a friend. Like, they see you as a motherfucker with benefits who they can use to get over on. So, man, life just crazy, bro. But at the same time, like you said, we be befriending people that we don't supposed to be befriending in the first place. And then when we get in a situation when they constantly get over on us, it's like we get upset. I'm thinking from my own personal experience. I get upset, like stressed out, because they keep doing the same thing. Oh, I'm seeing a pattern, like this is not my friend. But me, don't want to be lonely, want to be a people pleaser. But now I'm in a stage in my life, the season I'm in is grind season, cutoff season. I'm gonna say what Nipsey Hussle said in the song. If you not sticking to the script, why are you around me? I don't need no more fake friends, man. I don't need fake friends. I need love. I need real friendship.
And another thing I want to point out is that a friend is more so of a friend a friend should be more so of a friend behind your back than in your face. Because in your face, anybody can be nice to you, anybody can be kind. We do that every day, especially anyone that's ever in customer service or anything like that. You know, it's easy to be nice to people or be kind to people in their face, but it's more so important that you're a friend behind people's back than just in their face, because it's a lot of people that will befriend people just so that they'll have something to talk about after that person leave their presence. So, you know, all of these things go into play, especially, you know, those of you that are listening that are always having friendship issues or friendship problems, or it's always some he say, she say mess behind your back, or my friend said this, or my friend told me that. Listen, a dog that will bring a bone, a dog will take a bone. So you have to make sure that they're your friend behind your back as well as in your face, not just sitting here being friendly with you, you know, in your face. And as soon as you leave, everything that you've told them, everything that you've confided in them, now suddenly you go on Facebook and you see subliminal posts. You go on Instagram, you see posts. You go on Twitter, and and the thing is, you know, they're referring to you. And the thing is, we have a knowing, we have an intuition, not just women, that you know when something's off, you know when something's up. And 9 times out of 10, when you have confided in a person and certain things are now being said and posted, you know that they're referring to you. So understand, if you're an individual that is going through that, that's not your friend. Those are the people that you have to let go for the betterment of your own life.
And I just want to, I let a lot of people go, like from family, co-workers that I still work.
Yeah.
I realized my peace is more important than your needs.
Right.
Man, like, this is such a great discussion. Like, man, we can go on all day about friendship, man, because
absolutely,
it's not too many people out that I would say I would consider a friend. But let me be transparent. I do have people I consider a friend. Like MJ, I'm gonna build a relationship with you, and we're gonna be friends. Like, I'm gonna say this on there. Like, this is not a one-time thing, bro. We gonna come
right.
3, 4, 5 if we have.
Right.
People need to know that just because that person laugh and giggle with you, that don't make you friends. Because you don't end up telling them what they're doing behind your back. So that's when you need to let your intuition come in. You need to use your gift that God, the source, the creator, the universe gave you, and pick and choose who your friends is. Like me, I'm gonna be personal. Like, I'm an introvert now. I was an introvert. Now I'm an introvert. I had to train my mind to become an introvert. I done been around so many fake people. Like, I done been around so many mannequins that's displayed in the store. Like, I turned myself for an introvert. So I'm at more peace being by myself, connecting with the real people like MJ, and working on my career and working on my goals and my dreams. Because it says it's lonely at the top, but it's not really lonely when you got the right people around you or the right friends around you.
Right. And I also think, bro, that one thing that we do have to point out as well when it comes to friendship, the one of the definitions I like of friendship is it is referred to as a trust between two people. That's something that's very important, because many times you all call yourselves having friends that you only trust with certain information, or you don't trust them like that at all. And if that's the case, that's not your friend. Because if you're my friend, I should not have to have on a mask in any area of my life in front of you if you're really my friend. So if you have people around you that you have in a place that well, I can share this with them, but I can't tell them that, not for the sake of you feeling like they don't know how to handle it, but for the sake of you feeling like they can't handle it. Yeah, that's not a friend. That's just somebody you associate with. A friend is somebody that you should be able to trust. One of my best friends, Sanaya, who passed 2021, she was such a friend that nobody in my family, my own family members, have never had a key to my apartment. But being that she was a true friend to me, there was nothing that was limited or off limits with her in my life. Nothing. I didn't mind her coming over whenever she wanted to. Thus the reason she had a key. She knew everything about me because we trusted each other, and we could have open and ended honest questions and conversations about anything. And we knew that it was okay, that it was confidential between me and her. The thing is, when we have people in our lives, DeMarcus, that we put on a place to where we say, well, we can't trust him with that, or I don't tell her that, or I don't tell him that, those are not people that you need to necessarily consider yourself a friend with. Because if you're with somebody in any area, in any relationship, and you can't trust them, it is not what you think it is. It's just not.
I'm not gonna say this like, cause, bro, I was just,
yeah.
I'm gonna speak on this. Like, I wish her the well. Let me say this. First of all, I wish her the well. I don't wish nothing bad about her. I wish her the well. But you know how they say you got to be friends with somebody first before you marry them, and y'all got to get to know each other. Out of the whole 6 years, like, I always felt I was lonely, and I always felt like she was more of an associate. Now as I see everything now, I should have just kept her as the associate, like the friend I met in the person I met in the streets. Like, I should have just kept her associate zone. But I don't regret being married because I got some beautiful kids of me being married. But I'm to the point in my life where I'm learning the difference between friends, collaborators, associates, mentors, and mentees. I'm learning the difference. And see, that's what we're gonna discuss. Like, that's why it's gonna be a part 2, part 3, part 4, because we're gonna talk about the different type of friends.
Right. And one of the 3 important things in friendship that I wanted to point out is acceptance. I've already covered trust and support. Acceptance goes both ways. If you call yourself having a friend and everything is hidden, everything is off limits, or you cannot be open or vocal or transparent, or there's things you have to keep away, that's not a true friend. I shouldn't have a friend, as I mentioned, that I have to put on a mask, that I have to hide certain things from. That's not a friend. You know, and another thing in regards to support, if that's your friend, support should go both ways. It shouldn't just be a one-way street where you supporting them or they're supporting you and it's never reciprocated. Relationships should be reciprocated. Reciprocity is big. I'm very big on reciprocity. It should work both ways. The energy should be reciprocated. Everything should be reciprocated. It shouldn't just always be you reaching out, you going to their events. They're never coming out to your events. They're never reaching out to you. That's not a friend. And the only time you're quote unquote with your friends is when they're having something or for the betterment of them. That's not a friend. You need to understand that you're not their friend. You're their supporter. It's a difference. We just don't dig deep enough, DeMarcus, and look at that. We just feel like, oh yeah, that's my friend. No, you're not actually looking at how your relationship set up, your interactions with that person to see, okay, can I actually consider or call you friend?
So I just leave you in the end of the line where I should have left you at. Man. Oh, this was such a session, man. We definitely got to come back for a part 2. Like, just let me know your schedule, bro, but we definitely gonna come back with a part 2. Y'all heard that, Anchor family? DeMarcus and MaChaude is coming back with a friendships part 2, because it's deeper than what you just see. Deeper than that.
Absolutely.
Any final words or any closing comments you want to say, MJ?
No, other than, of course, bro, I thank you for having me. And again, everyone, I hope you enjoyed this. There will be a part 2 so we can dig further into friendships, because it's a much needed discussion, especially going into 2023. Most of you all need to understand, you need to actually put people in the right perspective and in the right positions and places in your life, instead of walking around with dead weight or false illusions. Follow me on all platforms. Again, that is MaChaude Lowery. That's at MaChaude Lowery. So MaChaudeLowery, or you can go to DeMarcus' page. You'll see me tagged in some stuff. You'll see me in his interactions, and reach out. Again, Moments with MaChaude, which is on all platforms on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So just reach out, guys.
And I can be reached at, of course, we all know, Seeking Knowledge Podcast. On Facebook, I'm DeMarcus Brewster. On Twitter, I'm DeMarcus Brewster. I have the same picture, the same name. On this OWL app, it's OWWL. I'm DeMarcus Brewster. So that's how you can reach us. And peace and blessings.
Absolute. Take care, you all.